Yes guys, how's it going? Welcome back to a new video where we have a massive announcement that Newcastle United will once again be sponsored by Adidas next season. That's right. Home kits, away kits, third kits, Champions League kits, the old school training jackets, the training tops, jogger bottoms, whatever, you name it. Adidas is returning to Newcastle United, announced in the fourth episode of the Amazon documentary series, which was not meant to be released for another 2 weeks. I think someone at Amazon might be getting told off in the morning. Massive news. Literally sat here myself. Everyone's saying the third and fourth episode are available to watch. The next episode wasn't due till Friday. The fourth episode, where this has been announced, wasn't due till the following Friday. I'm sat here watching the third episode. It's coming to an end. Dan Ashworth starts saying, this will be our biggest sponsorship the club has ever had. I'm thinking, oh, hang on, this is going to be a good one. Halfway through, it turns off. It can't get on the third one, can't get on the fourth one. Twitter's going mad. Yeah, I've got a feeling that Newcastle may be having a few slightly stronger words with Amazon on that one, but yeah, big news. We've spoken about Adidas for ages. I think Adidas has been spoken about ever since we stopped having Adidas. To be honest, the years with Puma weren't a particular favourite, to be honest. I think Castore, in fairness, I think this season have been alright. I think that the designs have been alright. What hasn't been alright is not having enough tops in the shop. You can buy the tops from JD, but you can't get them from the club shop. People are buying Newcastle tops and getting bloody Rangers ones in the post. Like, there's been a lot going on, and we've seen a lot of things change. We've seen Fun 88 go. We've seen Seller come in for reportedly more money. We've seen, the likes of Sports Direct signs leave the stadium. We've seen them, build up in the stadium in terms of making it nicer, putting up some great murals on the wall, getting some TVs that we can actually see. We've got them developing the training ground. That was a massive part of the third episode, talking about what they've done to try and improve the quality of the training ground. I feel like one of the things that has just been hanging that little bit longer than we maybe would have liked is the talk on the next big sponsor. We saw Manchester United do a 900 million deal with Adidas, and we're talking about the fact that could Newcastle maybe have something lined up for next season? I've got a feeling that maybe Newcastle or Adidas maybe would have liked to have done their own big announcement. Instead, you've got me watching the bloody fourth episode of the Amazon documentary series and going, happy days, it looks like we're getting new Adidas. I'll tell you what, unless it's absolutely magnificent marketing, because every Newcastle fan in the world is not going to want to miss that fourth episode when it does officially get released in 2 weeks. I think the whole world will be watching. Maybe not the Newcastle ownership. They'll be sick to death of seeing it when it actually comes out after having their reveal totally botched by Amazon. Unless it was... You'd imagine not. You'd imagine Adidas and Newcastle would probably have wanted to do their own reveal and not just have people sat in their front room going, this is a good episode, wonder what's going to happen next. All right, it's the biggest deal the club's potentially ever made, and we've just randomly announced it on a Saturday morning when a lot of people are off to the game or already in the pub, which is where I'm going to be very soon once I've finished making this video. But yes, big news. Talk about sponsorship deals. As I say, this one is, I'm going to keep saying reported, to be honest, because we're still waiting for an official, that reported 5-year deal with Adidas, bringing back the 3 stripes to Newcastle for what, as I say, will reportedly be a pretty hefty fee. That's the thing with Castore. You saw with Fun 88, we kind of made that deal where they would go, Seller would come in, providing that Fun 88 were allowed to stay around as a betting sponsor. With Castore trying to move on what is a reported very long deal with not a lot of funds coming back. And I think Adidas is now gonna make a big difference to as we tackle FFP. We've bought a lot of players this summer. We've only been paying the down payments, pretty much got to pay them off over these years. Sponsors like an Adidas are going to straight away help us take a big step in that direction. And just as a fan, bringing it back to the old school. You talk about, as I just said it, you talk about the new era and the new steps, and yes, the money's great and everything else, but I still feel that Newcastle connection to that Keegan 90s Adidas wearing kit. I don't know if it's all Newcastle fans or certain generations of Newcastle fans, but for me, I've got more Newcastle Adidas shirts in the cupboard than I've got of any others. People are still looking to collect the old school retro tops because they are the best looking, and if it has like that a feeling of just that's what we wore when we were doing well. And I think it's not to say that the shirts we're wearing right now won't be remembered as, wow, those were the shirts where we got Champions League. Those were the shirts when we got Champions League for the first time. But I still feel it was like when we got rid of those Sports Direct signs and we got rid of this and we got rid of that. And look, no offence to Castor, but I do feel like that's one thing that's still kind of hanging a little bit from the previous regime. And kind of bringing it back. The fans have been called. It's interesting, actually. You let me know down below. Was Adidas your choice? Was the choice of yours to try and get Newcastle back in an Adidas kit? I think I've seen some people saying they would like to see Nike. Some people like Nike kits. Some people like a few others. Like, I don't know, Umbro and a few others. I think for me, it's always just been Adidas. I think what I will say is that the likelihood is that we probably won't get nice, baggy. That's part of why I like them as well. I just think the classic look is so nice. I don't think we're going to get too many baggy sleeved training tops. But who knows? I think the designs of Adidas are quality. I would love to see them try and bring back a little bit of that kind of, slightly more classic feel to some of the shirts. And I presume that, Bruno and Isak probably aren't going to wear baggy, sweaty tops when they're running around the pitch, but it's not to say we can't release a collection of a training type and, whatever else. So let me know your thoughts down below. Let me know your thoughts on the situation, to be honest. It's quite a strange video to be making right now. Had the jump on it. I'm literally watching it on the telly right behind the camera there thinking, Dan Ashworth's going to announce one of the biggest deals ever in the history of the club. And is the Newcastle Twitter said anything about this? Why has no one said anything? I've got a feeling, and that was the thing, they'd been online all morning, but nobody'd been watching. Everybody's out and about. People are slowly making their way through to the 4th episode. People are starting to tweet. I'm going, Adidas deal? Well, is that what Dan Ashworth's talking about? Oh, the TV's gone off. Someone at Amazon has just had a very angry call of Yas and Mandy. Mudad's crying in the corner. Get that off the telly now. And all of a sudden it's been removed. So yeah, what a way to start the weekend. Let's hope it continues celebrating. I'll be celebrating tonight with me new Adidas sponsor as we hopefully get a result against Man City later on. Hope you guys are enjoying your weekend. Massive news for Newcastle. We will wait to hear the announcement that I'm sure will probably be forced to be released now. Although, having said that, Newcastle do like to make sure everybody knows who we're signing before we announce it. Maybe this time we were making sure that everybody knew we were going to be sponsored by Adidas, and then we'll announce it in a few months' time. We will wait and see. Let me know your thoughts down below. Are you happy with the Adidas sponsors for next season? Are those the kind of kits you want to see? You let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Enjoy your weekend, guys. Drop a like, subscribe, and I'll catch you later.